Hello, everyone, and welcome to Patchcast, the Patch podcast. My name's Jack, marketing manager, and I'm here with Tash, our creative director, and Ben, our copy editor. If you haven't heard of Patch before, we're a monthly indie gaming magazine printed in the UK and shipped all over the globe. We dabbled in podcasting previously and decided to return full force alongside reviving our Twitch and YouTube channels so you can enjoy more Patch content beyond the magazine. We hope you enjoy this first episode and happy listening. So firstly, we're going to talk about March issue, and the cover feature is Coffee Talk Tokyo. And Ben actually sat down with Chorus Worldwide Games, who worked on the game.
So I spoke to Chorus Worldwide Games. I've only played the first Coffee Talk, so I was going into this with my knowledge of that, essentially. But I was pleased to hear that they're keeping the pixel art kind of as it is, really, because it's quite iconic for the series. I thought that was something that they kind of picked out, and they were like, "Yeah, definitely, we're keeping the pixel art for sure," which I think is a good decision. Apart from that, I think something else that was quite fascinating was that they're actually getting some people that have lived in Tokyo on the team to kind of explore that section of the game, really, because obviously it's in the title. It's a really important part to kind of make sure that the culture of Tokyo and to make sure it feels like it fits in Tokyo, whereas the other games obviously were not based in Tokyo. So I think that was something that was pretty interesting.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I think, lastly, I'm kind of excited to see what drinks they're going to put in there, because in the previous games, not based in Japan, it was mostly kind of like traditional coffee shop drinks with some kind of like sweet drinks and stuff in there as well. But they've already announced they've shown some like green teas and stuff like hojicha and some
Matcha
other
lattes.
Japanese drinks.
Delicious.
So I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, cool.
I'm really looking forward to seeing all of the drinks in this one.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm excited to see the Kappa businessman, personally.
Yes. Yeah, the
He's my
range of
fave.
characters look amazing. Look really, really cool.
Yeah, they're also well
excited
designed.
to see them. Yeah,
And
I do love
Tash-
that they're all based in Japanese folklore and things.
Those look really
Yeah,
cool.
definitely.
Yeah, it's a much more colourful game than the previous, or at least definitely compared to the first one, I think. Which
Yeah.
I guess it's pretty fitting, based in Tokyo.
And Tash, you you put together all the layouts for the magazine.
I do.
And what were some of your favourites for this issue?
So between myself and the other layout artist, Dana, we both lay out the issue. I think there's a few like standout ones that I've worked on that I've really enjoyed. So I enjoyed Flowers and Favours, a very, very cute game about running a florist and arranging your own
Very cute.
bouquets. It is really, really cute. And I think I resonated a lot with the illustration in that game. Included a lot of the elements from the game itself in the layout. I really enjoyed that. It was really, really good.
Very cute.
And I
Super
think
cute.
Cara, who wrote the article, sent me pictures of the flowers that she had arranged, which were really, really cute. And so it was really nice to put those on there as well.
She didn't send you a bouquet in real life?
No. That was present enough. A picture of one. The other standout one for me is the Trash Goblin one. The game itself looks really, really fun. And I just think I vibed with the whole aesthetic of it.
Very different aesthetics between the two.
Yeah, one is so like Flowers and Favours is a very hand illustrated game.
Yeah.
Trash Goblin is like a 3D game, but both are very, very cute.
Mm.
I think I drew a lot from the Trash Goblin key art and like the background, where it had like a very textured brick pattern that they used. So I brought that across
Mm.
on the layout as well. And yeah, got a lot of the colours and bits and pieces from the pictures that Ben supplied, who
Oh,
wrote the
lovely.
article.
And I can see it here and it looks great. They both look great. So.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, Trash Goblin is like it says like 3D visuals essentially for the main game, but it does have like hand drawn character art as well.
The
Mm.
character art is stunning, absolutely stunning. I really struggled with the right character to choose because I was like, do I choose one that wasn't mentioned in the
Mm.
article? Because there were quite a few that I was like, oh, I love them.
Yeah.
But you mentioned one of the mushrooms at the end. Was it Humphrey?
He's so good. Like the mushroom with the
And I was
bugs on
like,
his head.
okay, deal. He's done. He's got books on his head. He's perfect.
Yeah, that's my
Below that,
thoughts too.
Jemima. No spoilers. I'm joking.
Oh, you're joking.
Very cool. And we were also going to talk about what games we've been playing recently. And another article from the magazine is about Supermarket Together, written by Pumpkin. And I know you've been playing that recently, haven't you, Tash? Really?
Yes. So I was part of the patch plays for that article. And so was Ben too.
The whole gang's here.
The entire gang is here. Um, we had so much fun. I went into the game beforehand and I played like 10, 20 minutes beforehand, just so that I was a little bit more together with the controls and how things go. I do like, especially when I'm playing a group game, to know the mechanics and things. So
Yeah.
I went into it and I was like, as soon as I played, I was like, yes, I absolutely love this.
It does look a lot of fun.
It is really
Sounded
good.
like you played like when we played it, it sounded like you played for longer than 10 or 20 minutes. Like you knew exactly what you were
It was
doing.
longer, who knows? But I feel like it's one of those games where you pick up things quite fast.
Yep.
You can get quite far.
Those extra 20 minutes meant a lot.
It did. It did. Because I feel like, well, when we played the patch plays version, I got a lot further than I did when I played by myself. But then as soon as we finished our session, I was like, yeah, I'm going back into it by myself.
Nice.
So yeah, I've got quite a bit further. But there's still like a lot more to unlock. So there's an entire like blackboard in the game
Okay.
with all of the like skill tree and unlockables, and there's still loads. So I've still got a long, long way to go, but
Still
really,
on
really
that
enjoying
grind.
it.
Still on that 9 to 5. The
Yeah,
supermarket.
I think it just like appeals to people who not not quite like just switching off your brain, but just doing a monotonous task
Yeah.
almost. Just going in, stacking up shelves. There's no combat unless you're playing with someone else and they decide to attack you with a broom. um, so I just quite enjoy that. Just going in and knowing what to expect, like on the sort of similar vein of like House Flipper or Power Wash Sim.
Yes,
Um,
absolutely.
just going in and like taking off a job, feeling accomplished,
Definitely.
taking off a task.
I played Rap House Simulator for a while. We did run a kebab shop. And that
Yes.
was like, should be a similar vibe, but it was so incredibly stressful.
I've not heard of
Not
this.
what you
People,
want.
oh,
I'm
it's
just having a
great.
look.
Yeah, it's great. You just run like a kebab shop and you like upgrade everything. And then it just gets more and more intense and like difficult to keep up with everything.
Oh my gosh, yeah, this does look quite stressful.
Yeah, it's a good game though. That is
Is
a
it
lot of
along the
fun.
same lines of like Plate Up, where it's like it gets more and more stressful with more
Yeah,
customers
yeah, you get
coming in
more
and you're having
customers and
yeah,
you got like more food items that they want, so you have to like run around grabbing this and that and trying to get it all out.
like in that like overcooked vein of just
Yeah, yeah.
having to like juggle a lot at once. Yeah.
Yeah, I was playing with a group and we were like making codes to like shout across the kitchen to each other and it was bedlam. It was
I
Is it
like
a
madness.
game that tests a friendship group?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
You're like, get out of the way. You go to the back of the kitchen. I'm man in the till. Everyone's falling out.
feel like those kind of games are like way more stressful for me than like super intense action games or like bullet hell games. Like there's
Yeah,
something about
absolutely.
those management games that just yeah, it really stresses me out.
They
Yeah.
devolve quick.
Yeah,
I think it's because there's like quite a stressful time element to it.
Mm,
So
yeah,
something like the supermarket together, the
yeah.
customers don't get annoyed if they're stood
Yes.
at the till. They'll just wait forever. I mean,
Okay.
if you
Just
get to I think up to
at
8
your own
people,
pace.
the people at the back will just walk out and steal all the stuff, but
I
they're not going
see.
to get annoyed at me.
Yeah.
It's just
yeah,
nice rather than just in a lot of those like management games, if a customer isn't getting what they want, there's like
Yeah, yeah.
a like meter that runs down, and then if it runs down, the day ends or you lose or something. So
Yeah, yeah, for
it's quite
sure.
stressful.
like a red angry face icon popping up.
Can't handle the red faces.
No.
Great. Have you been playing anything, Ben?
Yeah, yeah, I've been playing a few things. I think one I've been playing, I guess, quite a lot is Demon Tides, which released a few days ago as of recording.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm a big
Nice.
fan of collectathons, like old school 3D platformers, like Banjo-Kazooie and stuff like that.
Mm,
And
I did love Banjo-Kazooie.
yeah, this one is it takes a lot of the movement mechanics from Super Mario Odyssey. So
Okay.
like the expressive movement where you can like chain like jumps and flips together and like do some crazy stuff and like bypass like the intended path of the level essentially.
Yeah,
You can
very
basically
cool.
just go wherever you want. If you can kind of get good enough, essentially, you can kind of skip parts of the level, which I think is really cool.
Yeah, yeah, that is cool.
It's
Yeah,
also
it looks good.
completely like it's a completely open world 3D platformer, which is pretty rare.
Yeah, definitely.
So you can just kind of hop between islands. You can turn into a snake and then go through the sea and then go to different islands.
Of course, obviously.
It's wild. There's some wild stuff in that
Yeah,
game.
very cool.
Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with it. I, I've been pretty excited about it for a while since it was
Yeah,
announced because yeah, I tend to kind of at least have a go at most of the new indie 3D platformers. I'm a big fan
yeah.
of the genre.
I find the
Yeah.
3D platformers are either like really fun, like what you're describing, or like hell to control, and they just become so tedious.
It's all in the controls, right? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
If it controls well, then it's probably going to be a good game.
Yes, definitely. And then the art, obviously.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I think yeah, especially in a 3D platform, the kind of movement mechanics are the biggest thing. You got to get that
Yeah.
right.
You know,
Yeah, this
for
one is really good.
anyone who can play a 3D platformer, I'm like one of those who try to jump for something and just completely miss. I think I'm just
Yeah.
yeah. I think I had my days with like Croc and Spyro and was just
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
Spyro
can't
was
do
one of
this
my
anymore.
first ones. Crash
Yeah.
Bandicoot
Yeah,
1
me
on
too.
PS1 was one of the first games I ever played.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess
I loved it. Awful at it. Loved it.
Yeah, me too. Jack and Daxter I really loved as well.
it's a good one.
I guess if you include that in the same vein, I'd say so.
Yeah, yeah, it's a little bit newer. But well, I guess in
Yeah.
comparison to Crash and
Yeah.
Spyro, but
Well, yeah.
it's still an old game.
Yeah,
Yeah, Demon
definitely.
Tides is super cool. Yeah, it takes a lot also from a lot of different Nintendo games.
Mm.
Like I guess the open world aspect of Wind Waker is really prominent. Zelda Wind
Yeah.
Waker. So where you like go around in a boat and then go to different islands and stuff. It's
Yeah,
it's kind of like that.
Wind Waker's my favorite Zelda game. I love that game.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's a really good one.
Yeah,
I love
so
Wind Waker.
fun. So good.
Yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, Demon Tide's kind of like a blend of Wind Waker with Super Mario Odyssey with some other indie platforms like Hat in Time. I feel like it was inspired by Hat in Time a little bit as well. Where you're collecting gears and kind of like expanding your moveset kind of stuff. It's a really cool game. Definitely recommend it if you like 3D platformers.
I've just been playing Mugenics. I feel like everyone's been playing Mugenics at the moment. It's such a strange game.
So what did you hear to make you want to play? That made it popular.
So I know it's like a roguelike. I don't know which one it is. But I do love those kind of games where you sort of like customize your character, or like deck building kind of games like that. And it's sort of in that vein. But you like breed cats, and they can like inherit skills and stats from like their parent cats, and you like run them through levels where you fight other cats and various creatures in sort of like
incredible.
Yeah, it's very
fight other cats.
very surreal. Yeah, and it's so they have like different like moves and stuff, and you basically give them like a class. So you'll like pick your cat, and then you'll make him like a rogue or a cleric or a mage cat. And you essentially get like these abilities that you use to fight other cats on a top-down board almost, and you move them in like a grid. Yeah, it's a very strange game. And then you finish like your level, and then you go home, and you put your cats back in the house, and you can like buy things to customize the house to make the cats happier. And yeah, it's very odd. It's like a management game mixed with like a roguelike. Yeah.
Sounds utterly bizarre, but at the
Pretty
same time
bonkers,
incredible.
yeah. Yes, from the developers who made Binding of Isaac and Super Meat Boy? Question mark. Which are like fan favorites anyway. So I think there was a lot of hype around the game coming out.
Yeah.
And I know all the meows from the cats were sampled from like all kinds of people all across like the internet. Like famous people have meows in the game, and it's very bizarre.
So they weren't taken from like real cats. They're from
No, they're all like different people. Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
it's very interesting.
One thing that threw me off when I was looking at gameplay of it though is how violent it is. Like it's
it's very
brutal,
violent.
Especially considering it's just like little cats.
Yeah, if your cat if your cat like loses a fight, like they go down and they'll get like an injury, so they might be like concussed or like a broken leg or something, and then they will like permanently have that. Yeah, it's very odd, and it's very like brutal. And I might have described it. It might have sounded quite cute, but it's very like a bit visceral.
It's very kind of like, it looks kind of like grungy almost.
Yeah, it's a bit like horror-y. I guess if you've played Binding of Isaac, you're sort of familiar.
I think the key one was that it's by the same person who did the Binding of Isaac. So I think if you played that game and you know
you kind of know what to expect.
Story in it, you sort of know a little bit.
It's quite dark,
yeah.
Yeah, Binding of Isaac is also kind of gross, kind of a gross game.
Yep.
Very gross, very dark.
Yep. So yeah, there's like actors as well on this list apparently for the meows and stuff. Looking at a list
names
now.
that stick out to you?
Trying to see. Michael Reeves from YouTube.
Is there any that you've actually recognised? Like, oh yeah, I know that
really.
meow.
Yeah, Vsauce. David Harbour apparently. David Harbour of Stranger Things fame.
Are you enjoying the game? Is it any good?
Yeah, it's
Would you
good.
recommend
It
it?
is good. I feel like it's so big. Like there's so much to it with like all the different cats and like breeding the cats and upgrading your house and stuff. Like I feel like I've only scratched the surface. I know you like clear levels and then there's another level and stuff like that, and it's a lot of fun. But yeah, I feel like there's so much more to it that I haven't even done yet.
Yeah, tends to be the case with a lot of
Yeah,
roguelikes. Like
absolutely.
you got to play them for like the 50 odd hours to see everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think I've got like 10.
Often more. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
It's also
Yeah,
the
it's
ones where you
good.
got to like try and you do a few
Yeah,
replays
yeah,
of it as
for
well,
sure.
and each time will be like feels like
You're,
a whole new game.
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. And are there any games coming out that you guys are excited for?
I think it's coming out. Let me just have a look when it is coming out. Yeah, I'm really excited about Rel, Warped Worlds and Troubled Times. I've been following the dev on Blue Sky for a little while,
Okay.
and they're super excited about it. Like it's so cool when you're following a dev and they're like so excited about their game to come out, and they're
Yeah.
like showing it off every day, and they just want people to
Mm-hmm.
play it. It's I think that's really cool.
I love
But the
that.
game itself
Yeah.
looks wonderful. It's like
Mm.
a super colorful like
Yeah,
adventure game kind of thing, puzzle game maybe,
it looks kind of crazy.
where
The aesthetic was gorgeous, stunning.
it looks super pretty, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Whereas I think you can like cast spells and like change the level in whatever way you want. So there's like so many different ways you can approach it,
mm.
which I really appreciate. I love when games just let you kind of like break the system essentially and just do it however you
Yeah,
want.
yeah.
Really
Sort of
cool.
like 2.5D almost.
Yeah.
It looks really, really, really nice.
Yeah.
It's
Very
coming out
cool.
on the 12th of March.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, in a few days' time when this podcast releases.
Yeah, definitely.
It looks really fun.
It does look cool. What are you looking forward to, Tash?
So on the 12th of March is Collector's Cove. It's probably no surprise that I'm excited about it just because of how cute it is. It does look absolutely adorable. It's basically like farming and crafting and fishing all on the back of this dinosaur Loch
Yes.
Ness-esque type character, and you can
Interesting.
customize your home and everything on top of it.
Mm.
Just looks very relaxing. There's no combat. It just looks very, very cute. Another one that I can play and chill out to at the
Yeah,
end of the day.
definitely.
It looks
It
so
looks-
good. Yeah.
It does look really cool. It looks kind of like Raft, if you've ever played Raft,
Yeah.
but way less intense.
Very less intense. It looks like there's a lot less sharks.
Yes, yes.
A
And
lot,
have you
a lot
seen
less.
Wandering Village before?
It does
Yes.
give vibes of that, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
does
it's like a
that,
farming
yeah.
sim on the back of a
Mhm.
big creature.
Yeah, it's
But it's really
quite
cool.
rare for me to kind of be like look at a farming game and be like, oh yeah, that looks so cool. I really want to play that.
Yeah,
because I've played
absolutely.
like there's so many
All
of them out there
There's
now,
so
right?
many, yeah.
But this
know.
looks so good. I love that it's just literally on a massive creature that's floating
Yeah,
in the
that's
ocean.
really cool.
That's really
I
cool.
think
It's
because
a fun concept.
it's very contained, so you're like on this raft. It does show in the trailers as well that you are going off on to other islands a bit. I guess
yeah.
that's more for
Yeah,
gathering material, but
Mhm.
your
take
raft
back
is
to
your
your-
raft.
Yeah.
And I quite like that contained thing.
hmm
Compared to other farming games where you've got these large areas where you need
Yes.
to fill, and
Absolutely.
it becomes more of a like how much can I plant
Yeah,
rather than a kind of like actually I need to really think about I've only got this much space, so what can I
Definitely.
do with it?
yeah. I feel like that's honestly more engaging to just keep expanding your farm outwards and outwards, and then just dealing with
Yeah.
so much more stuff to do every day, and then
Yeah.
it kind of gets out of hand sometimes. But it looks really good. Yeah, it's kind of like
So
big,
cool.
big, huge, friendly creatures speaking to me.
Yes, normally big, scary creature, not friendly creature. That seems to be the way everything goes.
I think I did also like that there was an element also when I was like reading through and watching the trailers that you do bond with the character as well. So
Okay.
there like is a way to increase your sort of friendship and that side of things. So I'm sort of intrigued to see how that takes form.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sounds
Whether it's
good.
through more of a story thing or whether it's like little things that you need to achieve along
Yeah,
the way.
definitely.
I think one
Does
thing
look fun.
with farming sims or kind of like games like this, the day-night cycle tends to stress me out a bit. So I'm wondering
Yeah.
how they implement that in
How
this
am I
one.
going to get it all done before the night comes?
I guess
Yeah, whether
we'll
it's
find
like
out.
seeing of when it gets to night that you have to go to sleep or something like that, or whether you can just continue to work through it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Stardew Valley, like, pass out if you don't get back home in time.
yeah, and then it punishes you for it as well in a
Yeah,
lot of
the
them.
most stressful.
Which I guess it is good to add stakes sometimes, but
Yeah.
day-night cycle, something about it is just like being on a time limit like that stressed me out a bit.
Yeah.
It looks so cool. I
And
love the massive dinosaur.
yeah,
It's
it
cute.
is. It's very cute.
Ash loves a cryptid.
I do. I do. I love that it seems to be there's some customization elements to it as well. Like there's screenshots I've seen where you can like add hats and add little
Yeah.
ears to them. Just
Yeah.
both
Super
looks
cute.
fun and silly, and I'm hoping it's relaxing. Yeah, I'm down for less stress games on my end.
Definitely.
Yeah, honestly, I'm actually quite intrigued to check this out, which is kind of rare for like a life sim game like this nowadays. But yeah, it looks really cool. The big
I
creature is
love a
pulling me in.
farming sim. I feel like, a couple times a year you've got to just sit down with a farming sim, chill for a
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah,
And what about you, Jack? What are you looking forward to?
So I'm really excited for Slay the Spire 2. I already
nice.
touched on with Eugenics that I really like roguelikes and especially deck building games. So I really loved Slay the Spire. And Slay the Spire 2
Yeah.
looks like much of the same with some new characters and some like new artwork and stuff. So I'm looking forward to that. It looks really cool.
Play the Spire
more
is
horrible enemies.
wonderful. I got
Yeah.
quite addicted to that several years
Yeah,
ago.
me too.
So yeah, this one looks kind of like it does look similar, but it's adding quite a few different mechanics and
Yeah,
obviously
it
different
looks-
classes and
yeah,
different cards and
definitely.
stuff.
It looks like a lot of the same, but like just bigger, more sort of expansive.
It's like really cool. It's coming to early access though, I think, right?
Yeah, in March though, I believe. Supposedly
Yeah.
towards the end of March, so
Yeah.
soon after the magazine and this video comes out.
Yeah, March 5th? Is that? Yeah, March 5th. Okay. So it will be just come
before
out.
you watch
Yeah,
this.
just come out by the time this comes out.
Yeah, I'm
Nice.
excited for that though.
Nice.
We could talk about some
think,
other games that we're excited for.
I do have one
Don't-
more that I actually
Yeah,
forgot about that I'm really excited about.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I'll talk about
go
that.
for it.
Yes, please.
Yeah, so literally like the other day, release date was announced for Little Nemo and the Guardians of Slumberland. I've
Okay.
mentioned this I guess to people in Patch a few times. I don't think I've ever talked about it in the magazine though. But it looks wonderful. I kickstarted it years ago when it was basically just a prototype, and basically just based on the art style alone. Like, let me show you guys.
It looks stunning.
It looks
looks
so
so
good.
cute.
It looks so cute, right? Yeah. This was
The colour
announced
palette.
for March 31st. So Yeah, pretty soon now. And yeah, I've been waiting for this for so many years, since like it must be like 2021, 2022. It's been a little while now.
Yeah, it looks
But yeah,
really
it looks
cool.
wonderful. It's like it's a Metroidvania, but it's inspired by kind of like classic NES games, like the pixel art
Yeah,
games, like
it's kind of
NES
giving
and
like
SNES games.
Kirby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
instead of like being inspired by Hollow Knight, which every single Metroidvania seems to be
Yeah,
doing.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it
even though I
seems
love Hollow Knight, but yeah,
kind of rare
it's
to have such a colourful like Metroidvania.
yeah, and I think that the dev was also kind of positioning it as a Metroidvania for people that don't play Metroidvanias, but also people that do.
Mm.
So it's kind of an accessible Metroidvania as well, which I think is really nice, because
Yeah, absolutely.
not everyone's played 10 Metroidvanias before, so
Yeah,
they might think that the art style looks really cute and want to give it a go. And I think that's really nice.
definitely. It kind of looks
Yeah.
like sort of like Earthbound, that kind of thing as well.
Yeah, a little bit.
Just
like
in like
really
the
enjoying
style and the
the colour palette.
colourfulness. Mm.
Color palette is so lovely, and each area has its own kind of distinct style.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
It does look wonderful. I'm so excited to play it. I will be playing it on release day.
Very good. I'm excited for Restory,
Oh yeah.
but we have
Nice.
it's a 2026 release, but we don't have a date yet that I'm aware of. There is a playtest on Steam. It's really fun. It looks similar to Goblin. What was it called? Goblin These
Goblin.
Nuts. It looks very similar to Trash Goblin. Similar play style.
Mm.
It does look really cool. I need to check out the demo.
Yeah, but it's like really fun. You're just like rebuilding, or people bring you sort of retro consoles, and you sort of take them apart and clean them or replace parts and like put them back together again. And it's just really fun to like tinker with all the little things. But yeah, and then you get money and you can buy like upgrades for your shop and stuff like that. It's really cute.
Looks so cool. I love taking things like electronics apart in real life as well. This is speaking to me.
I feel like the game made me want to do that. But yeah.
Honestly, like game
Really cool
controllers are a really
aesthetic.
good way to start if you're ever just fascinated, or if you want to like change them up a bit or paint them or whatever.
Yeah.
A lot of them are pretty simple. Like the Xbox controllers are really simple to take apart. Switch Joy-Con are not as kind of daunting as it may seem. Like there's a lot of little tiny parts in there, but they're not actually that hard to take apart and kind of
Just
customize and stuff.
don't lose any.
Yeah, I'm not sure about Switch 2 ones though. I've not done this yet.
We did have that article in a few issues past. I think maybe not last year, year before, where we did a walkthrough of and tips and tricks on how to take apart a Switch and customize it. So
Oh, like a actual Switch or the Joy-Con?
I think it was Switch.
Oh, nice,
was.
cool.
Very cool.
But
Yeah, maybe
this
we
game
could
has
do
a
something
really,
like
really
that with
cool
the
aesthetic.
Switch 2.
Mm.
Or at least a Joy-Con or something. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, that'd be cool. We'll even do some kind of retro things if we're when Restory comes out. How to customize your old Game Boy Color.
Yeah, that is actually something I did a couple of years ago as well.
Yeah, because you can get the like backlit screens and stuff.
Yeah, I
can't
swapped out
you?
the screen for an old Game Boy Advance and kind of changed the sound chip and made it not sound like it's really crunchy anymore.
Yeah.
Which was it's honestly a really, it wasn't that difficult. The
No.
screen I don't think required any soldering. The sound chip did.
Yes.
But obviously that's not necessary if you just want
No.
the crunchy sounds.
Yeah, I've got my old Game Boy Color. So someone fixed it for me. They replaced the screen, but not a backlit one.
Yeah.
But I do want a backlit one.
Yeah. Yeah, just I think
It's
replacing the screen was pretty simple. Yeah, I feel like even if you've not done much of that stuff before, it's not that difficult. Because I think soldering is the part that's the most daunting, because you can actually mess things up and completely break it by doing that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I think even if you're not comfortable doing things mechanically, there are still a lot of options out there of like adding your own little decals or like skins that you can put on top, or
Yeah, certainly.
that little like clip-on buttons that go over the top of the ones that already exist.
Yeah,
So if
yeah.
you don't feel quite comfortable doing that, or if you don't want to
Mhm.
void the
Warranty.
warranties of the machines by taking them
Mhm.
apart,
Yeah.
you can add a sticker and things to the outside.
Absolutely.
I think the warranty of my Game Boy Advance was long gone though.
Yeah.
Probably if it was
My
picture
Game Boy Color
one.
too, I think. But there's on those old consoles, there's lots of parts you can take off, like the battery cover and stuff. You could take that off and like paint it or whatever you want
Yeah.
to do with that. Things like that.
Yeah,
And
for
even like
sure.
the cover sort of comes off. It's like a couple of screws and you can sort of take it apart and you could paint like the back or the whatever
Yeah.
else.
Yeah, just
I think-
be careful doing it to like an expensive thing though, obviously.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's true.
have a
Yeah.
practice on a few things.
Practice
first
on your
before
your old third-party controller that's knocking about.
taking apart like a PS5 or something, you know.
Yeah. Take apart your dad's PS5.
PS5 controller, I don't think was that difficult to take apart as well. Well, the bottom bit where it has like the black, it's like the traditional one, you know, has like the white controller with like the black little strip down the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, the little strip you can basically just take off without any tools at all. You just need like a little credit card and you can just flip it off and then replace it with a different color. So I have a pink one
Nice.
with some little like mushroom grips on. But yeah, it was really simple.
Yeah, very cool. Is there anything else that you're looking forward to, Tash?
Are we talking more in like terms of just this year now?
Yeah,
rather
just in
than-
general. If there's
yeah.
anything you're looking forward to.
I think
That's
on my
fine.
list, which is probably on quite a lot of people's lists, is Witchbrook. I know it got
Mhm.
put back at least once or twice whilst they do some more work on it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I am very hyped about that game.
Mm.
I'm kind of like semi hoping that it comes out around about October, maybe September, for just those like cozy autumn witch vibes.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Halloween
October would be
release.
perfect. I feel like
Yeah.
it's not. It doesn't feel like a summer game, right?
No.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping October as well. That'd be really good. It looks amazing.
It looks so good, and the pixel art just looks so rich. Looks
Yeah.
like a lot of love went into the art direction of it. So, yeah, I'm very, very excited to play it. Looks really good. So I'm sure that's on a lot of people's lists as well. I'm not alone in that one.
Looks wonderful. Yeah, it's
Does look stunning, the artwork
Does-
and everything.
there's not that many games about like magic schools, really, is there? Like considering how popular they are, like there's a few, but like I feel like there's not actually that many like big, at least popular games.
No.
Yes, I think it's hard to hit that mark because you're always trying to. You're always going to be compared to other big
Yeah,
Witch Academy games out there,
true.
or franchises.
Yes. Certain
yes.
big one we
Yeah.
might be thinking of.
The one certain
One
big
particular
franchise
one.
out there.
Yes.
I think
So
this.
I feel it's always a big void that you're trying to fill. But
Mhm.
I feel like this, yeah, I think this is going to hit the mark from what I've seen.
Yeah, I feel like Witchbrook has kind of established its own identity a little bit as well, which is really cool.
Yeah, for sure. Like even like I've got the like trailer on just in front of me and just like even seeing
Just
the
taking it in.
I'm just taking it in and like just walking down the street with all the little shops. There's even like
Yep.
a little bandstand, so it's very like got little hints of Gilmore Girls in there. You know, you're flying around
Yeah.
on a broom around this town that looks very studio Ghibli-esque. So it's got a lot of hints of other bits and pieces in there. I think it's going to make it very, very special.
Looks wonderful.
Yeah, it looks crazy.
It's also got like a fish and chip shop and a post office, so I'm assuming
Oh,
it's
yeah.
set in the UK.
Fantastic.
There we go. Big up. Big up the fish and chip shop.
Yeah. I mean, it's got a Fish and chip shop. I think that's now game of the year. Done.
Magic School and a chippy tea. Don't get much better than that.
Yeah.
So this has been Patchcast. We hope you've enjoyed listening to us as much as we've enjoyed talking. And if you'd like to hear more from us at Patch, consider subscribing to the magazine at patchmagazine.co.uk. And thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next month.